What is up, everybody? I'm No Lux Given here with your afternoon snap, and in this one, I'm snapping because these locations just line up so well with what my deck is trying to do. We've got Kamar Taj with Shuri, and then we even have Isle of Silence. So we get to drop a huge red skull with no drawback, and then we'll even be able to make a copy of it with Taskmaster. However, my opponent is going to snap back in this one because they also have a pretty good sequence of plays, and they're going to kick things off here with Killmonger. We're going to see that in just a second, and that's not really great for me because I've invested all of my energy over these first 3 turns building up Sunspot. So that's a lot of our initial investment gone, but we've already snapped, so we're going to stick in it for a little bit here and make a big red skull with this Kamar Taj Shuri next. And I'll jump ahead a little bit to see what my opponent does. They've got a Squirrel Girl that is going to summon 2 squirrels in both of the other locations, and then a Carnage to eat up a few more squirrels. Now, as we move into turn 5, rather, this is when we will drop our big red skull, but there are still some decisions to be made here. We could make a big anything. We could make a big Captain Marvel, we could make a big Arrow, or we could just make no plays at all, which would allow us to make a big surprise She-Hulk on the final turn, and then any other play as we see fit. But I'm going to go for the big red skull here. I figure with the Isle of Silence, that makes sense. And then my opponent plays a wave, and that means that we're only going to be limited to 1 card on our final turn of the game, which is fine. We were really only planning on playing 1 card here anyways. We just have to decide what that 1 card is. We probably can't really get away with Arrow, though we could just play Taskmaster, add 60 power to a location. I think the play is Captain Marvel, especially with a wave play. My opponent is probably not going to be able to win Kamar Taj and Savage Land because they would have to commit a bunch of power to each of those locations, and there's different ways to play this based off what we think my opponent has. If my opponent just has Death and She-Hulk in some combination, then I probably just want to play Taskmaster, but I had a feeling my opponent had an Arrow, so I played Captain Marvel, so that way I could move back after the Arrow trigger to be able to win the game on differential. That's going to be it for me today. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lux Given. Peace.